Gravity follows two astronauts stranded in space after a space accident, and we just follow those two astronauts as they make their journey back home. Now, if I had to describe this movie in one word, it would be phenomenal, because the best movie I've seen this year that had the best visuals was Oblivion, but Gravity is 10 times better visually, because this movie is scary, and not to say it's scary in a Halloween type of sense, since it is October, but scary in the fact that stranded out in space with nothing to hold on to is terrifying. And Alfonso Cuarón did an excellent job of directing this movie visually, because visually this movie is stunning. And this movie stars Sandra Bullock and George Clooney. George Clooney isn't in the movie as much, but for what he did for his performance was great, because he wasn't over the top, but his subtleness of his performance made his performance even more greater. And Sandra Bullock was great as well. And just like how Rush was last week, where you feel a part of the movie, Gravity is like that, but in space. You felt terrified for the characters, that you had nothing to grab onto, and yet you're in space. That's one of the most terrifying things you can ever experience in life. Now, the way Alfonso Cuarón directed the movie is that, like I said before, you feel a part of the movie, but there are certain scenes that you see it through the eyes of Sandra Bullock's character. You felt how terrified she was being in space and trying to get back home. I didn't even see this movie in IMAX or in 3D, and I felt a part of this movie. That's how great it is. And I can imagine how much better it would have been to see Gravity in IMAX 3D. Not the IMAX that's called IMAX. I'm talking about the real, actual IMAX screen. Because you have to experience Gravity in that type of atmosphere to feel the powerfulness of this movie. And honestly, this movie from beginning to end was terrific. The runtime of 90 minutes of this movie is perfect, because it didn't overstay its welcome, it didn't shortchange you as well. Pun intended or no pun intended. But Gravity takes your breath away and does not give it back. And I gotta say, Gravity is one of the best movies of the year. Something that film fans have to experience. In all honesty, I highly advise you seeing it in IMAX 3D, because I think, honestly, that is the best way to experience this movie. And like I said before, the runtime is perfect, because once the story starts, it does not let you go. So with that being said, Gravity, for me, 5 out of 5 stars. A complete masterpiece. Now with that being said, if you like this review, please rate, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, Movie Nation.